Right, we'll try that again. I'm back. I've got sound. Look. Hear it. Oh, thank God for that. Right, so we're back. You've just seen the We Are Driven intro. Sort of, kind of. You might have. It might be deleted. But the We Are Driven team still pushing the Archie's journey, still pushing Bradley Lowry for Ad Nation. Get yourselves over to Facebook, click all the like buttons, go sign up to We Are Driven, go get yourself involved, then get over to justgiving.com/campaign/Archie's journey and donate on there, please. So, we're back tonight with round 8 of the CHewitt Racing Mini Cooper Cup, hosted by TANSO Racing Group. We are live tonight from Willow Springs, the Dust Bowl that is. Let's have a quick look at some scores, shall we? Excuse me, a few drivers missing tonight. Not many on track at all. We've got Pajonski leading the way at the minute with 258 points. We've got Cutler second, 235 points on board for him. Rob Scott in third with 229 points. LWR Millerman in fourth with 213 points. 194 points on board for D.90, who's actually streaming his POV live over on his Facebook channel. If you fancy some of that, go check out D.90. Currently sitting in fifth at the minute. 6-4 Duds. Got himself 129 points. Graham Reed's nipping at his heels with 128 for 7th. DMK Dominator not that far behind either, 121 points. Old Crawler with 118 points for 9th. We've got One-Eyed Lou in 10th with 52 points. 46 points on board for TRG Aldo for 11th. Room 3 in 12th with 38 points. Bogus Begbie 13th with 36 points. Or Big Will 14th with 12 points. Got Tatey in 15th with 7 points. And Kaz Converter in 16th with 4 points. So a lot of these drivers not back yet. Stony Head, brother, how you doing, mate? Thank you for stopping in. Still got merch available, people. T-shirts and stickers available if you want any of that. Hit me up at darksmoker@googlemail.com. Let's get ourselves in this lobby. Where's Kevin? That's a good question. Only 8 drivers on track tonight so far. So it's a 50-minute 5-0 endurance race tonight. Damage on heavy. It's a free choice of tyre as well. No, I don't think we're going to have fuel and tyre wear on for qualifying, which I don't think has started yet. We might be waiting for 1 or 2 more drivers. But yeah, we're at the Dust Bowl. It is Willow Springs tonight. You'll see on some of these screenshots, well, you can see in the background, it's just a dusty mountain range. Area 51 apparently is over one of these mountain crests. If you get it all wrong, you're going to get the camouflage men or the camo men or whatever they're called coming after you. There it is, the Dust Bowl. Right, let's get ourselves on track. See if put a couple of hot laps on with somebody. Let's see who's out on track. Rob Scott, he's going to be the next man to cross the line, so unless he comes in, we'll stick with him. So, have I got the stream back up live? Is it working? Yes, good. Damn thing. Streamlabs does like playing games sometimes. Right, tricky corner then. Let's get ourselves on board with Rob Scott. Bumper cam. He stays out as well. So down this reasonably long start-finish straight into the 90-degree left-hander, which is turn 1. Again, lots and lots of run out here. Get it all wrong, as Rob Scott does. Not only does it take a little bit of time to get back on, but there are, as you can see, those great big lumps hanging about, ready to fire you off into oblivion. I think a couple of seasons ago, I can't remember which driver it was it Graham Reeds or was it Pajonski or someone? This very turn coming up. fired himself over that mound. That was the screenshot for the season. I've not done a very good job of giving you a track guide, have I? We'll try that again. I've just had Graham Reeds turn up in the room. Actually, on board with D-Dot now then. Set through that same turn 1. Keeps it on track, but now doesn't give us a lap. What are you doing, D-Dot? Okay, lobby settings are being changed then. Tyre wear now set at ×1. Now turn back off again. We will get that lap guide in. Uh-oh, pit glitch. Johnski at the minute. Scott's got out cleanly. Okay, Dominator also out cleanly as well. Oh, I think D-Dot's got pit glitch. Oh no, he's managed to get out. Okay. Back on board with D-Dot, so through turn 1 into the great big sweeping turn 2. Right hander up the hill. Get it 3 wide through there. Usually you lose out if you're on the outside unless you can keep it in. Run it right up to turn 3 here. Again up the hill. A little bit tricky, some undulations on the way in. Got to be careful you don't run it out wide here into the hairpin. Again, easy to run it wide on the exit. Into the sand you go. Tricky couple of little corners coming up here. D-Dot keeping it on track so far into this back half of the circuit. Great big, almost long straight. Can keep it pretty much planted all the way halfway through this final turn as well. Can we start again? Says Pajonski. Is planted then, just has a little lift through this second part of the final turn. It does tighten up. We'll see 1 or 2 drivers firing themselves off track just there, I can imagine, tonight. From a driver's point of view then. Again, D-Dot running it a little bit wide. That we saw Rob Scott do the same thing on his lap. Chonsky's left and come back. Hopefully his connection's a bit better. 201 horsepower the Mini's running tonight. I think we are waiting for one more driver actually. Sliding these little Minis around. What tyres is he on? He's got the set of softs on, as I would expect for qualifying. Yeah, some overtakes to be had down here as well. Get enough of a slipstream, you can follow it through into this turn. Again, you've just got to be careful on the second part of this one. You can see it tightening up just there. Down a gear. Again, just trying not to let it run too wide. Does a decent job of keeping it on track there, D-Dot. Let's have a look at some times then, shall we? So, Rob Scott. Oh, okay, we're not actually started qualifying yet. We're waiting for one more driver to turn up before we start putting the hot laps in. But Rob Scott currently fastest out on track, 124.4 for him. LWR Millerman just over half a second back. Gives the guys a little bit more time to practice. See what bravery level they're at now rather than in the race. Booyah! Lone Wolf racing on the side of Millerman's car. Getting soft tyres on board for most drivers, I think. D-Dot picking himself up a penalty. Crawler getting it a little bit wrong through turn one. Yeah, sorry, final turn. Real tricky one, that one, if you get it wrong. It can put you in the pits if you didn't want to. Get it super wide anyway, that's for sure. And the minis do like to kick a little bit. They can catch you out in turns like that. See how Graham Reeds handles it. Hugging that apex. Oh, there you go. A little bit wide through there. Keeps it out the pit lane though. Who else have we got coming through? Pajonski. Keeps it on track himself. Also puts a 124 in. So yeah, still waiting for drivers to turn up. Okay, 9 drivers in the room with Graham Reed's appearance. Like I say, I think we're waiting for Mr. Gosling to turn up. Don't know what his PSN is. We're waiting on friend requests. What's happening? End up with 10 drivers then if Ryan turns up. I say a 50-minute enduro. Oosh. Tricky around this circuit when once those tyres start wearing out. Again, it is a free choice of tyre. Do what you want tonight, strategy wise. Somebody's off track. Who's off track? Millerman. We're able to spot him, get in the lobby, and still see him off track. That's how bad this circuit is. Picks up a penalty for his trouble as well, and some rear end damage. Thanks, says Millerman. Come on, Mr. Ryan. Fuel just being chopped over as well. -1 on fuel. Is he going to turn that off as well now? There you go. Same as he did the tyres. So that's just getting everyone set up ready for qualifying. No tyre or fuel on in qualifying. Okay, doesn't look like we're getting Ryan in the room. Oh, Pajonski's just disappeared. But he's just had pit glitch again. He's back. Let's see if he manages to get himself out on track. He's moving. It's not going sideways. It looks like he's managed to get out. Hopefully it doesn't affect anyone in the race either. Let's bring his first man out on track, Graham Reeds. So still only on outlaps. 15-minute qualifier for this one. And maybe a little bit of a break in between qualifying and the race as well. Just give the drivers a bit of a break. Duds. Late to the party, but he's here. At least we're not in actual qualifying mode, otherwise he wouldn't be able to get in. Oh, D-Dot dipping a wheel on the grass through that final turn. Grass, no grass here. Well, there is tufts of something. Someone else has driven themselves off track. Is it Mr. Cutler? Yes, it is. Dirty tyres, look. Carrying too much speed through turn one. Why do I keep saying turn one? Last turn. Now he's done the same through turn one. Graham Reed's going to be the first man to put a time in, unless he bins it somewhere around here. D-Dot running it close to the edge on the way out of the hairpin. Yeah, if you want to see what it looks like from this point of view, and maybe a bit of swearing, I'm not sure which view you actually have it in. D-Dot. D-Dot's driving his race from well, one of these points of view. If you want to go and check that out on Facebook. Right, enough of that. Let's see what Graham Reeds puts in. Oh, he's gone on the sand on the way through that final turn. Times up, then I can see it was a 1:26.1, but he was instantly, oh, he's gone off track. He instantly pipped by D-Dot there for the 1:24.4. Cutler's also pushed him down a spot. Cutler's into second, then 1:25.6. Rob Scott 1:25.6 as well. Graham Reeds 1:26.1. Crawler in fifth, 1:26.7. DMK Dominator going for some off road in. Why are you the wrong side of the barriers? DMK Dominator. He's had to reset to pit. So 1:24.4. We saw about that in the first little session we were watching. So on pace then. More purples from him. Trying to mangle his way back through the pack after binning himself at the final turn. Also purple sectors. See what you got for this next lap then, D-Dot. Is it going to be quicker? It is 1:24.346 then. Oh, crawl off in that final turn. Oh, trying to get it back on. Rob Scott almost tangled up in that. Cutler then takes pole. 1:24.312. D-Dot pushed down a position. Millerman up into third as well. 1:24.6. That old crawler just fired himself off track, I think it was. Rob Scott fourth, then 1:24.690 for him. Johnsky in fifth at the minute, 1:25.9. Has everyone got their weight off from last week? That would be a good question to ask. 1:26.193. There's D-Dot off at the hairpin for Graham Reeds. Crawler at 1:26.7. DMK Dominator, who found him the other side of that green barrier. 2:01. He's not put a hot lap in yet. There's Mr. Gant. 1:27.5. Duds. Oh, Duds. What's happened, Duds? Maybe a disconnect, or you've just parked it out of the way. I'm not too sure. But Johnsky then does get himself back on pole. Or he's not been on pole, but he's back on pole now. 1:24.144 for him. Those times coming down. Anyone going to be able to get into the 1:23s? 1:24.7 that time for Cutler. Where's D-Dot? Back on track. Slow lap that last one, 1:30.8. He did go off. Millerman pushed down to 4th. Then Rob Scott back in the pits. He's managed to pick up damage. Graham Reed 6th. On Crawler 7th. Justin DDR, Justin Gant. We're just going to call you. What are you going to call you? I don't know. Not decided yet. 1:26.8 though for you. 8th. Dominator. What have you got this lap? 1:24.8, chucks himself into 6th then. Someone's just left the room, so that changes position. It's Bajonski putting himself back in the pits, and Duds. Still no time on the clock yet. Yeah, Bajonski back in the pits. Hopefully his connection's alright. Cutler then on pole. D-Dot a little bit quicker. Oh no, sorry, it's because Bajonski's disappeared. Bajonski still on that 1:24.1 then. D-Dot 1:24.9 that lap. No position changes yet then. I don't think. Oh, we have still got Bajonski. There's Justin. There you go. Off into the pits. He probably didn't want to do that. He has got rear end damage, but Duds, man, what's happening? Stuck in an hole. No inputs. Bajonski not out on track either, or not leaving the pits. So 8.5 minutes into qualifying. Cutler now putting purple sectors in. 1:24.1 he's got to beat. Was it Cutler we were looking at, or D-Dot? Who knows? Did Cutler manage to go quicker? He did. 1:24.111 then. Was that a couple of thousandths quicker than Bajonski? Nothing in it between those two. But this man needs to get himself back out on track. D-Dot then 1/4 of a second back. It will be Bajonski in 2nd if he can get himself out of the pits. Or will it? Rob Scott into 2nd at the minute, 1:24.3. What did you get, Bajonski? What did you get? Oh, you've left and come back, haven't you? So I'm not going to be able to see. Through there for D-Dot. Millerman catching a big chunk of curb through there as well. Still at 1:25.4 for Graham. Tyres squealing around there. Are you about to put in Dominator? Let's have a look. Bajonski is back out on track. not able to go quicker at the minute. So what did Podjonsky put in? Is it going to tell me? It's not, is it? 300s back from Cutler. Cutler on that 124.1. Still a couple of minutes left then for these boys to try and put some better lap times in. Millerman pushed back down to 5th then. Dominator 6th, Graham Reed 7th, Old Crawler 8th. DDR Justin off track again, heading towards the pits. Oh no, he's off track in after the pits. He's going to area 51. He's off. That's it. Dud's still stuck in a hole. Not banned from qualifying, are you, Duds? Bit of this view with Podjonsky, see what kind of lap he puts in. Oh, he runs it a bit wide from turn 1. Still enough time to get another lap in after this. Through this big sweeping turn 2 then. Again, he can get it side by side through there, but obviously the guy on the inside always has the advantage. To turn 3, again another tricky one. Hairpin. A little bit wide on the exit of that as well for Podjonsky. Cutting those turns though, try and gain some of that time back. Whether it's benefiting him, I don't think it is. See what this next time in line says. No, he's almost a second down at the minute. Like I say, he's still got opportunity to put another lap in. He's not going to be able to gain that time back through this next. Who's that off track in the background? That DDR Justin trying to do a whole lap off-road. So gains a little bit of time back, but he's still down from Cutler. Like I say, this will be the last lap for him. 14 minutes on the clock. Cutler now putting more purple sectors in, looking to go quicker here, cement that pole position. He's not out of the woods yet. He will also get an opportunity for another lap. Through he goes. What's it going to be? 1:23.867 then. We have got the 1:23s going. Podjonsky, last ditch effort at the minute. Timing mark coming up. Let's see what sort of chance he stands. Oh, he's only 3 thousandths down. It could be on here. Podjonsky could retake this pole. Cutler could then sweep it straight back off him. He's got to get this final turn right then, Podjonsky. Oh, a little bit tight through there. Helped or hindered? Hindered. Slower that time at 1:24.4. So a quarter of a second back from Cutler. Cutler's off track as well, so that's the end of that lap for him. We are over the 15-minute mark anyway, so it's going to be Cutler in on pole. I've still got 1 or 2 drivers out on track. Podjonsky second, D-Dot third, Rob Scott in 4th. He's still got an opportunity to smash it here, Rob Scott, possibly, we'll see. Dominator in 5th. 1:24.5 he's just put in there, lap 7. Millerman 6th. Graham Reed's 7th, Old Crawler 8th. DDR Justin 9th. Duds now out on track. random. Cut a lot off track at the last turn. Rob Scott trying to take him out by the looks of things. Off he goes. There you go, a bit of a launch back onto track for Rob Scott. In the pits he goes. Middleman practicing his starts. So then qualifying over when Cutler's chucked himself back in the pits, so loses himself that first until he gets himself back on track. And we get this long endurance out of the way. Like I say, it can be a tricky circuit, this one, if you don't know it. Difficult to get yourself back on circuit as well if you do go off. Decent camera angles for a change, PlayStation. Long shots. Tyre wear and fuel being put on back on then. Tyre wear at times 8, fuel depletion at times 2. Like I say, it is a free choice of tyre for this one. Free strategy, do what you like. Oh, someone's backwards in the pits. It's Bajonski, I know it. Furiously typing. Yeah, there you go. Asterix, 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 asterix. Pit glitch. Hopefully that doesn't affect anybody on the start either. No, he's still going backwards. Look, little red triangle spinning around in the pits. Bajonski to get back in then, and we'll crack on with this one. Hopefully, like I say, it doesn't affect his start. He's back in the room. Let's get ourselves on track because it won't be long before he starts. Cutler's got to reset the lobby grid order now though, unfortunately, because Bajonski's left to come back. He's got to do it by hand. So when you see Cutler come out of the pits, that will be pretty much race start. He will get himself through the first timing mark to register his own time, so he gets himself back into his rightful pole position. There you go. Oh, he set the grid by order, hasn't he, himself, so it doesn't matter. He hasn't got to get through the first timing mark. Here we go then, 50-minute enduro coming up here at Willow Springs. Tyre wear times 8, fuel at times 2. pole. Pajonski second, D-Dot third, Rob Scott fourth, Dominator fifth, Millerman sixth, Graham Reed seventh, Old Crawler eighth. We've got 9th and 10th. And Justin Gant in 9th and Duds in 10th. Wait for these lights to drop. They're away now. You don't see lights or flags or anything. I can't. Cutler getting a good start. Pajonski not getting a good start. D-Dot's managed to get his way past. Into second he goes. Pajonski loses a position, then down into third. Rob Scott fourth. We've got everyone on track. Yes, all 10 drivers. Good. Dominator fifth then. Whoa, Millerman firing himself around there. Holding 6 at the minute. Graham Reed's under pressure from Old Crawler around turn 2. Justin Gant following this pack. Duds unfortunately a little off the pace at the minute. Early on though. Cutler coming under all sorts of pressure though from D-Dot and Pajonski. D-Dot holds his second just through there. Kicks up some stones on the way through. Pajonski's coming back at him. Side by side through here. There's Cutler just in the distance. Rob Scott chasing these two down as well. Gets himself in front of D-Dot. D-Dot looking for a wider line on the way through, but Pajonski's onto that one. Closes the door on D-Dot. Whoa, D-Dot getting it a little bit wrong on the apex. Kicks up some sand, loses some time to Pajonski. He's under threat now from Rob Scott and DMK Dominator. Now battling it out for 4th and 5th right behind D-Dot. Be a good battle from his point of view right about now. Oh, runs it wide through turn 1. Doesn't stick it in the sand though. Cutler is just in front here. He's not managed to make any kind of break just yet. Pajonski's keeping him right in check. D-Dot third, then Dominator through into 4th. Rob Scott then losing a position down to 5th. Cutler going wide through there. Pajonski got himself around the outside of Cutler here. If he can hold the line, he's had to back off or he's going to run wide. He's had to give the position back to Cutler. Again, nothing he could do about that. He would have just been sent himself off into the dust. That's put him under a little bit more pressure from D-Dot then. Top 3 just pulling a little bit of a gap over Dominator and Rob Scott in 4th and 5th. Top 5 also pulling a gap from Millerman in 6th. Trying to get himself back in this fight. Rob Scott looking to go up the inside of Dominator here then. Retakes that 4th. Dominator's not backing out though. He was right up against that. Oh, who's that off? That's D-Dot off at the final turn. Back on track now though. Lost a bit of time to the top 2. Put himself under pressure from Rob Scott down into turn 1 here. Rob Scott chucks himself up the inside. Dominator goes for the move as well. Almost 3 wide through there. Dominator kicks up a bit of sand on the way through there. Almost takes out D-Dot. Still side by side through turn 2. D-Dot though holds out. Dominator has to tuck himself behind. Millerman closes the gap back up. Still got Old Crawler on the back end of this train here as well. Bit of a gap back to Duds, who's got himself up into 8th position. Big gap back though, 5.6 seconds. Graham Reed's another 3.1 seconds back, and then Justin in 10th, another 3.5 seconds back. Back up front, still kicking off here for the top spot. So Chase Campbell looking backwards, on board with Cutler. There's Pajonski looking for a way past. Again, long old race this one. So you might see some strategies involved. Pajonski might just be happy to sit behind Cutler for a while. Save a bit of fuel. Save some tyres. Rob Scott in the meantime has managed to get himself up the inside of D-Dot and Dominator, back up into 3rd. Dominator, sorry, it's D-Dot coming back at Rob Scott down this start-finish straight. Cutler and Pajonski, still nothing in it as they head through turn 1. Almost 3 wide again in the background there. Look, between D-Dot, Dominator and Rob Scott. Oh, is that D-Dot off again? It's not, it's Dominator. Let's get ourselves D-Dot, Rob Scott go through. Millerman goes through into 5th. Dominator with that off-track action in turn 1 ends up in 6th position. He's now split Millerman and Old Crawler. Bit of a gap developed there as well. Pajonski vying for top spot again. Again, Cutler using the inside line at the hairpin just to drive Pajonski over to the dusty bit. Don't think Pajonski's too happy about that. There's the spread. Everybody in that one shot. Pajonski then looking for a way past Cutler. Almost had him with the hairpin, then switches to the outside here, goes for the run. Cutler holds the inside line. Has that benefit Pajonski on the way out? Carrying good speed now. Cutler holding that just on the inside line. Switches back now though, Pajonski. Cutler can't do anything but give him space. His nose up, a little bit of contact between the two. Cutler's been compromised, Pajonski's been compromised. They've both driven wide. Where's D-Dot coming through fast? Slots himself up the inside of Pajonski. Looks to go past Cutler, but Cutler shuts the door on him. Rob Scott, LWR, Millerman and Dominator have been brought right back into this fight now. Cutler under pressure for that first. D-Dot now looking up the outside through turn 3. To back off, not to run wide. Cutler holds on to the top spot then into the hairpin. Top 6 all back together. There's Old Crawler, not that far back actually from these boys, only a second or 2 at the most. D-Dot all over the back of Cutler here. Pajonski looking to chase these pair down as well. In a little bit more time from those drivers behind. D-Dot looking to sneak his way up the inside at this final turn. He has got his nose up as well. Pajonski then couldn't find a way through that time. Oh, D-Dot exploring those track limits. Cutler coming back at him. D-Dot going to be under threat here though. He's got himself tucked over to that left hand side, but Cutler's now trying to squeeze his way up the inside. Back out to the outside, looking for the run into turn 2 then Cutler. Still everybody right there together. Pajonski still can't get through. These poor mini tyres squealing around this dusty, hot Willow Springs circuit. Go towards the hairpin. D-Dot now leading. Cutler second. Oh, I say that as Pajonski just slots one up the inside at the hairpin. Thank you, Mr. Cutler. I'll have that. Left the door a little bit open then. Pajonski gets himself through into second. Now being harassed by Cutler, pushed down into third. Rob Scott in 4th. Millerman 5th. Dominator in 6th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right there, all neck and neck. Old Crawler in 7th, 2.4 seconds back. Duds in 8th. He's under pressure from Graham Reeds though, just 0.4 of a second back. Justin trying to close the gap back up on these two, 3.5 seconds back himself at the minute. Out on the medium tyres as well is Justin. Just have a quick flick through as a run back through. So Justin in 10th on the mediums. Got mediums on board for Graham. Oh, sorry, hards on board for Graham Reeds. Gets himself back past Duds. Duds is on the hards as well. Crawler's gone for the softs. Soft for Dominator. Mediums for Millerman. Cutler on the softs. Cutler been pushed down to 4th then. Pajonski from 2nd down into, oh, he was 3rd, now back into 2nd. All kicking off here then. He's also on the softs. Rob Scott on the mediums. And what are you on, D-Dot? Softs. Got himself a little bit of a gap here as well as D-Dot. 1.1 seconds from this battling pack behind. can see them all squidging and squidging, looking for positions through here. Oh, who's that? Driven off track. It's Dominator getting himself back on, but it's struggling. He's losing a lot of time. Old Crawler is going to come up on him pretty damn quickly here. Into this final turn. The inside then for Old Crawler. Has he got the position held? Yeah. Can he hold on to it? Dominator's chucked himself in the pits. He's going to go for a fresh set of tyres here then. So D-Dot's still leading. That gap come down a little bit. It's going to come down a little bit more now. He's driven himself off track. Johnsky is under all sorts of pressure though from Cutler and Rob Scott behind. Is this going to work in D-Dot's favour? Look at him. It's an absolute punch up here for second. Johnsky just holding on to that one. Cutler having to back off, nowhere to go through here. Johnsky looking to try and carry as much speed as possible. Here's Bajonski trying to hang on to him. Sorry, Rob Scott. Now, is Cutler going to go for the move? He is. Not working together, straight past. Bajonski's held the inside line though. He's going to have the shorter distance around the turn. Who's going to win out through this tighter section? Be a tight one. Where's Rob Scott in all of this? Just tucked on the back end of Cutler. He's carrying good speed as well up the inside. He might take this third back off Cutler. Oh, he's backed off. Cutler looking to come back up for Johnsky here as well. Up the inside into turn one. Is he going to get it all wrong? Almost. Johnsky now running around the outside. That's not worked. Rob Scott's got himself up the inside. Bajonski then drops back down to... No, he doesn't. Rob Scott's had to back off. Gives Bajonski that position back. Oh, it has worked out in D-Dot's favour. Now a 2-second gap in front to the first place driver. Kicking up sand though through there. He's got to be careful. Can they close it back up? Cutler is known to be good on a set of tyres, although battling like he has been, I don't think that's worked in his favour. D-Dot's tyres are looking pretty brutalised though. Bajonski holding third, so gap's just starting to break open now. Cutler second, Bajonski third, Rob Scott half a second back in fourth. Millerman just over half a second back in fifth. Crawler's held on to that sixth. Dominator came in the pits. Fresh set of softs he's had on. Holding seventh. Bloods on the hards. Holding eighth. Justin up into ninth. On the worn out mediums. And Graham Reed's on the hards. Not been in the pits. Old Crawler comes in the pits this lap though. Getting rid of those worn out softs. So D-Dot had a couple of tenths taken out of that time. It's down to 1.8. Cutler pulled time. Bajonski and Rob Scott now battling it out for third. Again, Rob Scott on the medium tyre, Bajonski on the soft. So Bajonski should still win the battles really. Think about working together, close the gap up on Cutler in front. Oh, Bajonski's run it wide. Rob Scott can do nothing but go for the position here. Is he going to be able to get himself in front into this last turn? Bajonski's trying to hold it through there. He's got the inside line. Watch it though, the tyre's starting to wear out. It's going to cause a calamity at some point. And there it is, Bajonski's off. heading to the pits. I don't think he had a lot of choice. He was probably heading there anyway. Let's hope he was. D-Dot's come in the pits as well. Cutler then stops out. He's now got 1.7 seconds over Rob Scott. Got somebody else off at that final turn as well. Who's that? It's Duds. He's just trying to get himself back on circuit. He's picked up damage, so he's going to have to come in the pits. Graham Reed's then back into 9th position on those hards. Justin been in the pits. He's got himself a fresh set of softs on. See if he can make anything work. Cutler then still 1.7 over Rob. Soft versus medium. Cutler's driven himself off track here as well. That's going to close the gap down between himself and Rob Scott. It's going to be a second by the time they get down to this final turn. There it is. Millerman third then, also on the medium tyre. D-Dot back out. Fresh set of mediums on board he's gone for. Pajonski's also out. Fresh set of softs on board for him. Dominator's on a few laps old set of softs. Old Crawler's on a fresh set of softs. Graham Reed's on the hard he's had from the start, as is, oh no, apologies, Duds has changed to the soft tyre. Justin's just come out as well. Millerman in the pits then. Cutler, that time destroyed, down to 0.5 seconds between himself and Rob Scott. What's the fuel situation looking like? Exactly the same on board for these two. D-Dot's only 7.6 seconds back as well, so we'll see whether he can get himself back up front. Cutler's driven himself off track again here. Really struggling. Yeah, the tyre wear really starting to kick in on those softs then. I'm expecting him to be in at the end of this lap. Rob Scott's going to come through. Not quite. Again, Cutler just closing the door. Rob Scott is carrying some good speed through here though. He's not going to get the inside line. He's not going to get the speed on Cutler through this turn though, with Cutler on the inside line. Oh, almost Rob, almost. Like I say, I do expect Cutler to come in this lap. He is really struggling on these tyres. He's not going to bother. Fair enough. Scott gets to try again, closing up again on Cutler as they head down towards turn 1. He's going to get the line through here, but Cutler should be able to hold it into... Oh, not quite. So Cutler hangs onto it again. D-Dot all the time is closing up on these two. Fresh set of mediums on board. Onto this lead by the skin of his teeth at the minute, Cutler. Again, D-Dot. Another second he's chopped out. There he is, just coming up towards this hairpin. Dragging Pajonski with him as well. Cutler's not helped the situation by driving himself off track. He has held up Rob Scott once or twice. Good defensive driving from Cutler. D-Dot's managed to pick himself up a penalty, but still closing the gap up on these two. It does just extend back up to 4 seconds. Again, that is Pajonski just tucked onto the back end of D-Dot in the background. Either driver coming in. Whoa, Rob Scott off. He's decided to head in. Cutler's coming in as well. So D-Dot with that penalty, he stops out. Pajonski now 0.9 of a second back. How long is it going to take these boys to get in and out? What tyres are they going to come out on? Plenty of fuel on board. Cutler literally gets out in exactly the same position he was for Rob Scott. get themselves out in 6th and 7th. Couple of back markers to get themselves through now to be able to try and put the pressure back on Podjonski, Millerman and D-Dot. Cutler already slinging one up the inside there, kicking up all the dust. Rob Scott trying to follow him through here. There's Millerman or Crawler just shutting the door on them all. Nope. Dominator trying to run around the outside. Old Crawler's still got the inside line through there though. Oh, Dominator's gone off. Old Crawler then holding on to 4th, holding up a Cutler and a Rob Scott, both on a set of fresh tyres. Again, Old Crawler's tyres aren't that old, so should be able to hold his own for the time being. Again, it just might take a tiny mistake for these boys to throw themselves up the inside. You see the different lines drivers take through there. The braver the faster. Cutler and Rob Scott both hounding Old Crawler down into towards turn 1. Cutler's going to manage to get himself up the inside. Rob Scott also sneaks his way through, but Rob Scott and Cutler almost side by side into turn 1. So back up into 4th and 5th for Cutler and Rob. Millerman 3 seconds in front on a couple of laps old set of soft tyres in 3rd. There's a good 8 seconds in front of Podjonski, who's now right on the back bumper of D-Dot here. Bit of wear starting to show on Podjonski's tyres. When did you stop? Well, you're on the mediums as well, aren't you, D-Dot? So they'll last a little bit longer. Taking a nice wide line through there, but Podjonski carrying the better speed on the way out. Side by side with D-Dot as they head down towards turn 1. They are. It is going to be Podjonski's into turn 1. D-Dot looks to try and hold the line as he heads down towards turn 2, but it's not worked out for him, so he drops into 2nd. Now they've got to think about the attacking drivers behind. We've got Millerman in 3rd, 8 point. Well, it was 8.1, it's now 8 seconds back. And they're behind them, gaining another second on Millerman, is Cutler and Rob Scott. I didn't take note of how much time they lost in the pits. Podjonski into race lead. Can he hold it? Can he make a break from D-Dot? Needs to make some space between himself and Cutler so he can come in for a pit stop. Try and get back out either neck and neck or in front of him. Say Millerman just holding that 3rd at the minute. Still 7.8 seconds back from D-Dot. Cutler and Rob Scott battling each other and trying to get past Millerman. Rob Scott thinking about having another go into turn 1 here. The inside of Cutler. Carries so much more speed through there as well. Good drive, Rob Scott on the soft tyre. Also on the soft tyre. It'll be a good battle between these two. He's now on the hunt for Millerman in front. Just a second between them. Less than now. Cutler looks to come back up the inside of Rob Scott as they run up towards the hairpin. They are side by side through there. Rob Scott still side by side on the exit. Cutler's going to hold the line into this next turn unless Rob Scott can do something amazing through there, which which he can't. Cutler gets himself back into fourth then. So it's a little battle, all working in Millerman's favour, all working in D-Dot and Pajonski's favour. Pajonski actually pulling a couple of tenths over D-Dot here as well on those softer tyres. Again, they'll be worn out pretty damn soon, giving D-Dot back the advantage on those semi-worn mediums. Millerman still holding 1.3, 1.4 seconds over these battling drivers, holding 4th and 5th. Dudds has left the room. Dudds has joined the room. Unfortunately, that's his race over. Millerman then, his time getting slashed to pieces at the minute by Cutler, down to half a second. How long is he going to hold on to this? Closes up again, Cutler all over the back end of Millerman. Tries to run around the outside and does so. Can Rob Scott do the same thing? He's in the slipstream. Millerman's going to get a toe off of Cutler, but he's already got himself up the inside as Rob Scott. Millerman just staying out of that fight at the minute. Knows he can't battle these two on worn out tyres. So Cutler up into 3rd, Rob Scott 4th. There is the gap between themselves and Pajonski and D-Dot in front. They are neck and neck again, actually. Again, the tyre wear on Pajonski's softs starting to show a little bit. Still got 7 seconds. D-Dot looking to run around the outside here at turn 2. Oh, the advantage into turn 3, but Pajonski's on that one. Can he drive it around the outside and hold it into the hairpin? No. Pajonski under pressure here then. Again, losing time to Cutler behind. Oh, Cutler's driven himself off track. Gets himself back on. Oh, he slows up Rob Scott as well through there. Brings Millerman back into that fight. Again, losing time to D-Dot and Pajonski. Real good ding dong now, Rob Scott and Cutler. Still nothing in it between these two. Where are we going to see, or when are we going to see Pajonski come in? D-Dot's done well to hang with him, hold on to that lead for as long as he did on the mediums. Pajonski stops out then. D-Dot stops out, hugs that inside line. He's not going to let... come on, give me a better view. Not going to let D-Dot slot one up the inside here. Although, side by side as they head into turn 2. Pajonski's still going to have the advantage, although we did see D-Dot carry a lot of speed around here. Pajonski's tyres will be wearing out at a faster rate. There we go. D-Dot slots himself by then, just able to get through. Pajonski's tyres screaming in agony. D-Dot saying, well, I've got a few more laps. But now he's going to come under pressure from Cutler and Rob Scott. Still having a little battle, these two, but have they realised they're closing the gap on Pajonski now? I think, right, stop that. Let's get on with some racing. Millerman then on those worn out softs as well, holding 5th. Trying to hang on to 3rd and 4th. Old Crawler 6th. Unfortunately 30. Oh, damage on board for Old Crawler. Front end and transmission. Pit stop for Old Crawler, unfortunately. DMK Dominator closing up on him pretty quickly. Freshish set of hards on for Dominator. Justin up into 8th. He's got a fresh set of softs on. Graham Reeds has been back in the pits. Fresh set of hards. Unfortunately, we've lost Dudds from this one. There goes D-Dot back into 1st. Podjonsky stopping out again, losing more time to Cutler behind. Still got 20 minutes of this race left, so still plenty of action to be had. Rob Scott still tucked right under Cutler's rear wing. They have got little spoilers on, I promise. Still at it then, Rob Scott and Cutler. They're not backing off. So D-Dot now just stretching the gap out between himself and Podjonsky. Still losing time to Cutler and Rob Scott behind. Only now 4.9 seconds off of race leader is Cutler. Probably get away with one more stop, these boys. Especially Podjonsky. Oh, D-Dot's off track though. Where's he? Look, look, look. Just cannot get it back. You cannot get it stopped. You cannot get it turned. You can't do anything. So he goes from first to fourth, maybe fifth here as Millerman's coming through. Although Millerman might chuck himself in the pits. He does. Podjonsky in the meantime doesn't. He's going to smash those tyres into oblivion. Still got Cutler and Rob Scott having a fight behind. Rob Scott again looks to chuck himself around the outside here at turn 2. Not quite worked that time either. Slots himself back up the inside here, heading into turn 3. Trying to get the move into the hairpin. So Podjonsky just a 3.1 second lead, and that gap coming down pretty quickly as well. So Podjonsky's going to come in, have a set of tyres. I'm sure Cutler and Rob Scott will probably come in for another set before the end of this one. They're not going to be able to do another 18 minutes on those. That might bring them all out on track together. What are you going to do, Podjonsky? You coming in? He's taking the shortcut into the pits as well. In he comes. Cutler's off track. Oh, he's picked up damage as well. Looks like Cutler's going to come in the pits. Is he? Yes, he is. Podjonsky also goes in. Rob Scott stops out. His tyre wear not looking too bad still. Again, Cutler a little bit more tyre wear, but picked up front end damage. He's not in the pits, taking on fresh tyres. What's he going to stick on? Another set of mediums for D-Dot. Podjonsky now back out on track. Fresh set of soft tyres on. 11 seconds down from Rob Scott. Rob's still got to stop. He will be driving a little bit slower as well due to the worn out tyres. See how quickly Podjonsky can get that time down. So D-Dot now 8.9 seconds down after spinning himself off at the final turn. He's now got Millerman for company. He's also out a fresh set of mediums. Just a half a second in it between these two. D-Dot getting his run onto the hairpin totally wrong. Oh, he's got his run out of the hairpin totally wrong as well. Millerman through then to take third. D-Dot fourth, Cutler fifth. 4.3 seconds down at the minute. Again, fresh set of soft tyres on board for him. Dominator out on the hards, holding sixth. Old Crawler on a reasonably fresh set of softs for seventh. Justin in eighth. He's on a half-worn set of softs. And Graham Reed's ninth, and a fresh set of softs. A freshish set of hards on. Rob Scott in the pits now then. Right, where's Podjonsky? Through he goes. Where's Rob Scott? Just leaving the pits now. Where's Millerman? Being harassed by D-Dot. A few seconds back from Rob Scott. 8.5. It's going to be about 7 by the time they catch up. Oh, a little bit less. So Podjonsky now 15.5 minutes left to race. fresh set of soft tyres on. 6.3 second lead over Rob. Rob also on the fresh tyre though. He's got Millerman and D-Dot hunting him down. Both drivers on the mediums though, so might be able to hold that second, Rob. But Cutler in 5th. The Danger Man in... he's only 14 seconds down from race leader. He's got a fresh set of softs on as well. 15 minutes left of this one. Rob Scott taken 0.3 of a second out of Pjonski already. Still battling it behind, look, between Millerman and D-Dot. Cutler's only 1.7 seconds back from this battle as well. On the softer tyre, it will wear out quicker, but he will carry a lot more speed at these early stages. Cutler just 1.4 seconds back then. Take more time out of these boys when they go through turn 1. Fastest lap of the race so far as well for Cutler, 1:25.0. Gap down to 1.1, visibly closer than Millerman and D-Dot in front. Again, might work out in their favour later as Cutler's tyre wear starts to kick in and they still got plenty left on their mediums. So Dominator comes in the pits as well, loses 6 to Old Crawler for the time being. Let's see what the gap's like between Pjonski and Millerman, as Cutler does get himself bolted onto the back end of this fight for 3rd. Still got 5.8 seconds over Rob Scott then. His tyres are a lap, maybe 2 laps. What was that, 140 on lap 22. Yeah, Rob Scott came in on lap 23, so a lap older. It was a quicker lap as well, 1:39.5, so he gained himself half a second there. A run to the end then, 13 minutes remaining. Pjonski out front, 5.7 seconds. Rob Scott 2nd. Millerman 7.9 back in 3rd. D-Dot 4th, half a second back, and Cutler half a second back in 5th. So is D-Dot having to go defensive from an attacking Cutler? I thought Cutler would have managed to close that gap up around that final turn. Maybe just compromised on the way through, not able to quite carry the speed on the exit. Millerman leading these 3 up to the hairpin then. D-Dot trying to run it around the outside. He's left the door open for Cutler, but he has still got the inside line into the hairpin. Cutler's got good grip round there though. D-Dot closes the door on him, holds that 4th for now. He's going to be under pressure down this back straight, as is Millerman. Trying to get as much slipstream as possible off of Millerman and D-Dot. Goes wide then Millerman, allows D-Dot to get up the inside. Cutler's going to try and follow him through into this second part of the turn. And does do. He's not able to run the wide line like D-Dot is. Can he carry the speed through? Yes, he can. D-Dot's going to hug that inside line, but you can see Cutler just carrying a lot more speed than D-Dot. Not so much now he's out of the slipstream. D-Dot pushes him over to the outside of the track. Perfectly sound, a bit of racing there. And holds off Cutler in 4th. D-Dot then 3rd on the mediums. Cutler in 4th on the soft tyre. Squealing around that long right-hander. Closes up again on D-Dot. Not able to slot one up the inside into the hairpin. Right, let's see what that gap's like between Pjonski and Rob Scott now. It's come down a little bit, 4.8 seconds. You can just start seeing the wear show up on Pjonski's tyres. Rob Scott's, like I say, only a lap fresher. That gap is coming down. A little bead of sweat might be running down Podjonsky's forehead here as he sees Rob Scott just closing that gap up. Rob Scott could be flapping a little bit himself as he sees the gap come down. They know they've got a fair bit of time between themselves and third. D-Dot now 10.4 seconds down. Still under pressure from Cutler. Cutler carrying good speed out of that final turn up the inside of D-Dot here for third. Should be able to get himself stopped. Fresher, softer tyre on. D-Dot looking to come back though. We know D-Dot's good at driving around the outside here. Gets himself right back on the rear end of Cutler. Millerman still just hanging on to the back end of this pair. Dominator back up into sixth then. He's got himself back out the pits with those fresher softs on. Back past Old Crawler, who's Old Crawler's been back in, fresh set of softs on. Just in eighth. Bit of wear on those softs, and he's got Graham Reed's just 3.4 seconds back as well, not that far. And loses a tenth there on the hard tyre as well, Graham. And here comes Podjonsky, still holding 4.9 seconds. You'll get a little bit of a toe off of Graham Reed's down this straight. Benefits him so much, 4.7 seconds, so a couple of tenths taken out by Rob Scott there. Cutler gets himself past D-Dot into third. D-Dot unable to use the grip of those mediums just yet. 8.5 minutes remaining though. Ooh, Cutler exploring those track limits, kicking up some dust on the way through there. Like I say, D-Dot's tyres will be better in the last couple of laps. Cutler's tyres will start to feel the effects of the tyre wear. Don't get me wrong, he's good at saving a set of tyres. He's good at... Graham Reeds has left the room now as well. That's a shame. Oof, he's had to slow himself down through there. D-Dot stuck a wheel on the sand though. So whatever kind of mistake Cutler had, he's kept himself safe with a little mistake from D-Dot behind. Millerman still in touch, just a second back from these two. What's happening up the front? Gap still pretty large, 4.5 seconds between Podjonsky and Rob. 7.5 minutes remaining. Goes race leader through. You know, Podjonsky likes to blow a set of softs out. We saw him do that in his last stint. Rob Scott, like I say, his tyre's only one lap fresher. Cutler still 11.7 seconds back, still under threat from D-Dot. Oh, not so much now as D-Dot's decided to go off-roading. Going to put himself under pressure from Millerman here. He's going to have dirty tyres. Loses a lot of time to Cutler. That gap up to 1.5, then 1.6 between himself and Cutler. Millerman all over the fourth place man. Again, both fourth and fifth on the medium tyres. Very similar wear. A bit more fuel on board for Millerman. His car running slightly heavier than D-Dot's. So Dominator 6, 2.5 seconds over Old Crawler. Justin, unfortunately, now the last man on track with Graham Reed's departure. We've had Dud's leave as well. Still coming down ever so slightly, but I don't think it's going to be enough before the end of this race. That one lap advantage that Rob Scott's got is not going to pay him dividends. Cutler then in the clear for third, 2.3 seconds. D-Dot fourth, still got Millerman harassing him, just half a second back. Everybody else pretty spread out. Got a couple of drivers reasonably close there. Who's that? That's Dominator and Old Crawler. Just a second between these two now. Oh, Dominator's driven off track. Old Crawler's followed him though. Gap still at a second. Can Old Crawler get this possession back off of Dominator? Oh, a lot more wear on Dominator's tyres than there is Old Crawler's. Old Crawler might be able to make short work of this. Still at 1.1. Let's go and see what's happening up front. Pajonski. Oh, Rob Scott, what have you done? What have you done? He's got front end damage, rear end damage. He's going to have to come in the pits to get that repaired. He's going to lose positions left, right and centre here. Cutler comes through to take third. D-Dot's going to take... Oh, D-Dot's going to take third. Millerman's going to take fourth. Dominator still a long way back. Rob Scott then is going to go for a change of tyres and get those repairs done. No repairs. Oh, Rob Scott. He's got a minute over Dominator. Is that enough to the end of this race? 3 minutes and 45 seconds left. Can Dominator get back at him? That's giving Pajonski all the breathing room he needs now. 15, nearly 16 second gap between himself and Cutler. Cutler's still got 2.4 seconds between himself and D-Dot. Millerman then just 0.7 of a second back as well. So only going to take a tiny mistake. Millerman could gain himself the final podium position here. Rob Scott then damaged, crawling round. Has lost a lot of time. Picked himself up a penalty as well. Here comes Dominator, just 34 seconds down. Still got Old Crawler behind him though at the minute. Could be a devastating race here for Rob Scott. I'm not sure whether he's... Oh no, yeah, he has decided just to not to come in the pits. He's going to live with it till the end. This car does sound a little bit rough. There goes race leader Pajonski, still 15.5 seconds over Cutler. Both drivers' tyres absolutely battered now. No advantage gained in that fight. D-Dot then and Millerman still battling this one out. Just under 2 minutes remaining on the race clock. D-Dot goes off-roading. Doesn't work out in Millerman's favour. He's not close enough to take advantage of that. He's gaining again on D-Dot as they head down towards this final turn. Cutler just in front, not slinging it off track. Now Millerman, does he get a good run on D-Dot here? Get in the slipstream, Millerman. D-Dot holds it. Again, dipped his wheels on the sand there. Giving Millerman another brief look. This is going to become final lap though. Depending where Pajonski is on track, I think. Is Pajonski? There he is. Who's this man coming round to... Oh no, you're going to see another lap as well. Alright. Pajonski gets himself past DDR Justin Gant. 20 seconds left on the race clock. Oh, is Pajonski going to see another lap here? I can imagine he doesn't want to. I think this could be it. Pajonski slows down, allows Justin to come through. No, he's slowed down. That's it. Time ticks over then. Pajonski is going to be race winner. Takes first then Pajonski. We've just seen Dustin come through as well to take 7th. Dominator comes through to take 8th. Cutler takes 2nd position. D-Dot 3rd. Just Millerman 4th. Right behind D-Dot there at the end. Rob Scott with all the damage is going to take 5th in the end. Old Crawler. What did Dominator do? They picked up damage. I think he came in for new tyres as well. So Old Crawler's going to come home for 6th then tonight. Justin Gant and Dominator already crossed the line. Unfortunately, we've lost Duds and Graham Reeds from this race. Here he comes then, takes that final position, 6th place for Old Crawler. That is round 8 done and dusted. Back to the 3-race sprint format next week. Dion, evening brother, how are you doing? You've almost missed it, unfortunately. Minis is running a little bit earlier nowadays. It's running at 8 PM UK time. Yeah, still some good racing in that one. Graham Pajonski coming out on top. Rob Scott binning it right near the end, unfortunately. Through the 2nd place away, got himself 5th in the end. Yeah, good bit of racing. I've got to say, Millerman and Rob Scott, Millerman and D-Dot driving on the mediums did a fair job holding on to the boys on the softs. But yeah, that's about it for round 8. Back again same time next week. We've got what have we got coming up? Monday today. So Wednesday we're back with the GR3 Team Oliver Racing League. D-Dot, you hashtag S-T. If you watch D-Dot, you know what that means. Yeah, so back Wednesday with the Team Oliver Racing GR3 League, hosted by Mature Racing Club. Thursday night, we're back for round 2 of the BTCC with the P1 boys. So it was round 1 last week, round 2 this week. That's for 9 PM on Thursday. And then back same time, same place on Monday, 8 o'clock. For round 9 of the CHewitt Racing Mini Cooper Cup. Come and check it out. If you want to get involved, get yourself on Facebook, find a TANSO Racing Group, get hold of Cutler or Chris Cutler, and or shout me up, and you know, whatever, we'll get you in. There's only a couple of rounds left, but yeah, lost a few drivers, so it'd be nice to see some full lobbies. And get yourselves prepared for next season as well. So that's pretty much going to be it from me. Like I say, I have still got merch available, people. Stickers and t-shirts. Stickers are £3 a pair. Free postage. T-shirts are £22 plus free postage and free sticker as well. So hit me up at Darksmoker at Google Mail if you fancy any of that. If not, then don't. All right. But that's going to be it from me. I hope you liked what you watched. If you have, give it a like, comment, subscribe. Tell your mates. Tell your mums. My name's Darksmoker. I'm out of here.
Yeah. Bye.